At golf in Spain, are you conscious that your own success and the success of the other professionals has helped to make golf more of a sport for the people in Spain, or is it still a sport that's played by the very few?
Definitely golf in Spain is being grown up a lot, but it should be more. Now we have golf on the TV almost every week, and most of the people that they know a little bit about the game, and they talk down the street, and that's very nice. But still, I think it will take maybe 5 to 10 years to have golf right as one of the best, one of the top sport in Spain.
In Spain, let alone the Canary Islands, golf has always been a minor sport, despite the number of great players that this country has produced over a good 50 to 60 years of golfing history. Speaking of great champions, I want to start my blog and talk about the man that started it all for me.
You know, when you come to Scotland, or even you go to America, you are treated like a sporting hero. But do you get that same kind of welcome in Spain? Are you as recognized as you would want to be?
Well, in Spain, you know, they really recognize me, but not as much as in England or Scotland, because golf in Spain is not as popular as right now in England or Scotland, and that's the reason. But they know who I am, more or less.
You would still be surprised how unpopular Severiano Ballesteros is in Spain, especially among the younger generations. Such a champion, comparable to Rafael Nadal, and most people in Spain have only heard about him or seen a couple videos in the news, and that's pretty much it. I was born in 1989, so it caught me a little bit late into his career. Furthermore, my family was not into golf, neither in the traditional social circle that has embraced this game in my country. Golf is not a very accessible game in Spain because of many different reasons. In my particular case, my interest in the game was born when I watched The Legend of Bagger Vance, deeply inspired to try the game out as soon as possible. Now, by possible, I meant 3 things: having earned my first salary, having my driving license, and 3, finding out what golf legal requirements I needed to become a player. Well, number 3 is the context, and it was harder than all above. But that's where my golfing history and Seve's golfing history unite, and that's the beauty of this video. I started approaching the game in 2010. At the time, I just remember going to a golf course, and I thought that was just a good place to go and ask. But it turned out to be someone who was not very experienced and knowledgeable about what it really took for me to become a player. €300 package. It's like a driving school. You take an exam. If you pass it, then you're getting a handicap. Then you're good to go. Okay. So, I assume this is the only way you can access a golf course and play the game, right? Yes. I was frankly disappointed because it was not something that was in my budget. In Spain, golf doesn't want you to play it if you don't have a big compound, long surname, mid kind of high class family, and those 2 plus having an interest in the game. The game does not come to you. You know, watching golf here in Spain is not for free. It just doesn't help the game spread. And the possibilities of having people like me who just from scratch go into the game are very little. I almost gave up on even starting. So, the only strategy I had to play the game was get myself a club, balls, yeah, both, and play outdoors, meaning the top of my village's mountain, a nearby beach, a junkyard, and jumping over the fence of my village's park at midnight to just experience the game. But there's one little problem. I had no clue how to swing a club. I would just type in videos to see their swing, and then I would stand in the bathroom where I used to have 2 mirrors. I would pause every chunk of the video, try to imitate from both angles the position of my body. Then I would grab an umbrella and I would go to the rooftop of my apartment building block and just air golf. The misinformation that I had, along with the lack of money, was the reason why I held myself back from playing and away from going back to the golf course for another year. And this is when Seve comes into play. I opened marca.com. I just saw the photo and I will never forget this moment. I didn't know anything about Seve. In fact, when I saw his face, I didn't recognize him, but at the same time, I had the feeling that I did know him, like in some past life or something. It seemed to me like I'd lost a friend just by looking at that wonderful, warm smile that he shows in that photo in St. Andrews. I had been in contact with the game, but no clue what he meant in the golfing world. So I proceeded to do that. I proceeded to document myself further into his figure. And the more I read about him and the few videos I watched on YouTube, I had like this feeling became like a sorrow. And to this day, I cannot explain why. In no time, I understood why that man was occupying the whole cover of #1 sports journal in Spain. What I did not comprehend, someone like me, someone like many other people in this world, in this country, is so oblivious to Seve Ballesteros. It's just a shame, to say the least. My surprise about getting deeper into his story became biggest when I saw so many similarities between the way he approached the game and practiced and tried his hardest to try to play it as often as he could, was almost identical to the way I had to approach the game because of my circumstances. The connection was just set. The passion was shared and the inspiration was born.
Qué bonito.
Muy buena, Iván.
Bueno, a ver si... Qué bonito, Iván. Muy bueno. Buenísimo.
Come on, baby. Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Pinta buena.
Quiere más. Quiere más.
Ah, qué pena. Es buena.
You know, Seve was everywhere. The point of the whole story is that Seve was everywhere. If it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't have done neither felt for the game the way I've always felt about the game. That's exactly why I wanted this video to be the milestone of my channel, of my golfing channel. And I think it's the most appropriate and beautiful way to just not only thank him, but share my golfing story's beginning with you. He was always in my mind and in my heart every time I had many doubts and fears, and he was the one that pushed me onto the golf course, so to say, and to play the game to the utmost best level I could have never actually dreamed of in so little time. Only he knows if what I could have done or what I could do on a golf course if I can ever have the proper circumstances to develop as a player. I would like to thank Carmen Ballesteros, Seve's daughter, for having thanked me a few days ago on a Instagram comment that I dropped under one of the trillion videos that Seve's videos that you can watch online, and I felt so honored and so inspired, and I thought, you know what, this is the moment to launch the blog. Like, if I had the signal from Seve to play the game, now I have the signal from somebody in his family, which is, for me, is the same as send like an ambassador of him, and just Carmen has eventually pushed me onto this, which I've been dreaming of. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to go back, practice maybe. Please leave a comment, impressions, suggestions. They will mean the world to me. Thank you, Carmen, again. And send a big hug and a kiss to all your family who hopefully will watch this. Thank you so much.
What about interests outside sport? You got so little time, I know, to follow it. But what were you doing when Spain were playing in the World Cup in 1986?
Oh, I was watching football. I like football. I like boxing. I like cycling, and I like ping pong, tennis, running. I like swimming. I don't swim very well, but I like it. And I like most of the sports. I like very much. I think sport is very important.
Is it important also for you to get back to your family in Pedrina?
Yes, very important.
In the north of Spain?
Very important. And with the friends.
Well, what do you do when you get there for a few days or a couple of weeks?
Well, 1 week usually, not a couple of weeks. Not very often I have a couple of weeks off. Well, you know, just normal. I try to watch television, be with my family and with my friends, and just try to do a normal life. I mean, because being on the tour is not normal.
Of the many courses you've played, what are the courses you really enjoy? I know you always enjoy the competition, but
I enjoy when I win. Yeah, well, I like very much the golf courses in Scotland. You know,
the links golf courses.
Yeah, I like it. I like St Andrews. Is great. I like Troon. It's good. Muirfield is very good. This one, Tumber, is very good. I mean, they all are fantastic. I like it very much.
Seve, it's great to see you back here again, and perhaps in the years to come we'll welcome you back, not just as a champion golfer, but maybe ping pong player, tennis player, swimmer.
Who knows? Maybe a champion as a ping pong.
Happy birthday for tomorrow.
Thank you very much. 45. There's no 45. How do you call this in English?
Candles.
Candles. Bueno. A ver, ¿la partes tú la tarta? A ver, ven. Trae algo para coger. Corre. Good idea to stamp that forever in my arm. No, it's a crazy thing, isn't it?
Is it a permanent one or is it a...
Yeah, it's a permanent, yeah.
Every time you stand?
Yeah. Just remember, Seve, you're the best. ¿Quieres cortar la tarta?
Pero mira, han puesto 45 y el número.
Fíjate, para ti no necesitas... El próximo cumpleaños son 8.
Dámela.
Toma, muy bien. Y tráeme un tenedor a mí, corre, que no tengo. No voy a comer con esto.
Hello everybody at Sheffield. I do have somebody very special sitting next to me, and that is my dear friend, Seve. Hello, Seve.
Hey, Jose Maria.
I met you when I was 15 years old, and since then we've been through a lot, haven't we?
Yes.
You belong to a group of golf professionals that change the image of the game of golf all around the world. Your achievements speak for themselves. Winner of 5 major events, more than 70 tournaments all around the world. But it's not just those achievements that make you special.
Thank you.
More so, it is the way you did it. You did it with a lot of imagination, lots of skills, but most important of all, you did it with all your heart. And I know that because I've had the privilege to be close to you in some of those occasions. It is very emotional for me too, Seve.
Come on, you're doing okay.
You were
still swimming the club very well.
You were the first. Thanks, guys.
Betrayed for it.
You were the first one to play the game of golf with such desire and passion. And by doing so, you made a lot of us believe that it was possible to achieve those goals. It is an immense pleasure for me to present you with this award, the Lifetime Achievement Award. And for this, I think we should stand up.
Yes.
Congratulations, my
Thank you
friend.
very much. From a great champion like you are. Thank you. Thank you to you all. Thank you. Well, it's a pity that I'm not there. I'm very sorry, but I know I'm missing a great show. But anyway, thank you very much to everyone, and especially to all the people from the BBC. Thank you.
third shot.
Woo! Pardon me.
How about that, Johnny?
Awesome.
The fourth. His third. In the rough again. This was moments ago from 240. And he runs it onto the green.
What a shot out of that long, wet rough.
The mud on, Paul. Can you tell?
Yeah, it's actually kind of on top and just slightly to the right of center of the ball.
Usually whatever side the mud's on, the ball will go the other way. And
well, if it goes to the left, then there's more water unless he ends up on the other side of the water.
Yes!
Now the gallery likes it.
He's made it over the trees.
And on the front of the green.
What a shot.
He is magical to watch, man. He is everywhere.
When do the 12 clowns come in the little car and the dog walks in the front legs?